This is Leanne Costa Frias, who is the owner of Calamari Beach and Binge in Goa. So, Leanne, can you give us a brief of your career? Where did you study, and what your main motivation was for becoming an owner for a restaurant?
Sure.
Of,
So actually, my career started very differently. I studied in the UK at the University of Warwick. I chose a very different career path initially. I studied computers and business studies, and I specialized in computer software development. So I ended up working in the UK in London for Accenture as an IT consultant and software developer. Uh, from there, I worked there for about 5, 6 years, and then decided I wanted a complete career change. That is when I moved to Goa. Started living here, and I realized that computer software development at that time in Goa, there weren't many career prospects. So decided to change my line completely and went into the hospitality industry. So I didn't do any formal training as such. It was pretty much all on the job. And with my now husband, we run Calamari. He is from the hospitality industry and did his hospitality training in Bombay. And I just fell into it and just learnt on the job.
all right. So, how do you think technology will change the way you work in the next 10 years?
So it's been actually really interesting because of my background in technology and in IT. Um, I was able, we also, as well as the restaurant, as well as Calamari, we also own a small hotel called Santana Beach Resort. So there, from the very beginning, I was able to put my IT knowledge and experience to good use, and I was able to develop uh, some basic software that we could use in the hotel for our reservation process, to take our reservations from guests, to chart it out nicely for all our rooms. And in fact, we still use it in the hotel today. So that's 15 years on, we're still using the same software that I developed. So it's really interesting to be able to take my past knowledge and apply it to a completely different career. um, so in the same way, I think the same can be done over even into the future. It's nice to be able to adapt your current career to your knowledge of what you've used in the past, of what you've studied in the past at university or in your further career development. So, in fact, it's interesting that you ask this question at a time like this when we're all in lockdown and in the times of COVID. Just yesterday, we were discussing how technology is going to be used now in the hotel and in the restaurant to be able to take people's orders, to be able to not use physical menus in the restaurant anymore and be able to use kind of QR codes or other ways of using technology to be able to take people's orders or bookings in the restaurant.
All right. So, what guidance do you have for students who look to pursue a similar career in the hospitality field?
Yeah. So I think a lot of us are always, it's a total cliche. It's probably been repeated many times before, but because it's been my, it's been what I fell into, where I possibly chose the wrong line initially. I decided to study computers and business studies just because when I was in school, when I was in kind of your 11th, 12th standard, computers is just something that interested me. And so it felt like a natural move to then go on and study computers at university. However, in retrospect, if I had really looked down heart of hearts where my passion lay, it definitely wasn't in computers. Yes, computers were interesting. Yes, I loved my job and software development, but it wasn't a true passion of mine. So the best advice I could give someone is probably to really look down into your heart as what you really love doing. And if I look back in retrospect now, I remember loving entertaining people, uh, cooking for people, just generally entertaining them. And I think, and talking and making friends with new people in restaurants. So I think that if I had looked down inside myself, I would have probably realized that that was the career that I should have chosen. However, um, I think I made the right move. And even though I had chosen a path of computers and information technology, and even though I had a fabulous job, I then realized that that wasn't quite my calling. And I was able to make that career change. So my best advice to you guys is don't be scared of choosing whatever it is that you're passionate about. And even though you may have chosen a path, it's okay to change midway or halfway or at the end and do something completely different, because that's what you find is more interesting to you.
All right. So thank you, Leanne. Thank you for your time.
Most welcome. Thank you, Johan. All the best.
Thank you. Bye. See you
Thanks.
later.
Bye. Bye bye.